The work that hospice does is palliative care, but the main thing, its concentration is on dignity and the human spirit, which must be celebrated at all times.
Never want to be hospice. Never want to be hospice.
South Coast Hospice Association in Port Shepstone, KwaZulu-Natal was established in 1983 and has served the Ugu district community tirelessly for over 3 decades. This dedicated team ministers in a number of ways, which include home-based care, psychosocial services encompassing trauma counselling, grief and bereavement counselling, HIV counselling, support groups, advocacy and facilitating access to financial and social support. Partnerships in action, including TB and multiple drug-resistant TB care, treatment and support, as well as the mobile clinic supporting people living with HIV/AIDS. Hospice Palliative Care Association through the CASIPO project enables us to partner with Murchison Hospital for the care and treatment of MDR patients. Through the donation of a mobile clinic by the Victor Dates Foundation and support from the Department of Health, we are able to serve and treat patients at overburdened primary healthcare clinics. Orphans and vulnerable children, including the Memory Box Project and support groups. The inpatient unit for symptom control, respite and end-of-life care, which includes the Rainbow Room for Children. The inpatient unit offers home-based care students the opportunity to complete practical training. And finally, our training centre, where we teach home-based care, HIV counselling, palliative care for professionals, and an introduction to palliative care.
All hospices are unique, and South Coast Hospice, over the many years, has developed various programs that fit and suit with the community, as well as our own resources. The first thing that we do is home-based care.
Home-based care is the first port of call in assessing and managing pain and controlling symptoms of those suffering from a life-threatening illness. The hospice teams visit patients in the comfort of their own homes.
Hello, my darling. How are you? Lovely to see you. It isn't plain sailing, this cancer. Far, far from it. And all sorts of problems beset you. They always seem to arrive when I most need them. Help. And of course they're there. They immediately say, well, Pam, this is what you do. Da, 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 da. We've got samples. Let me just give you those samples. But in the meanwhile, we'll get Dr. Nell to write a script up for you. You go to your chemist and you will get those that medication. Or they give me ideas of foods that I should be eating. Every single time I have a problem, they have got an answer for it.
That is what palliative care is. It means taking care of a patient with a very bad disease and taking care of the symptoms, making life easier for the patient and making it easier for the patient to accept the fact that he is going to die, and also for the family to make it easier for them to accept the fact that a loved one is most probably not going to be here for too long.
The psychosocial aspect of hospice covers several different, important areas of well-being for our patients.
I am the psychosocial counsellor, and that includes bereavement. So what happens, we understand, we talk about palliative care, and you know that it's an integrated team. So we know that people aren't just their physical bodies, but they have emotions, they have a spiritual side, we're social beings as well. When you've been diagnosed with something like a life-threatening illness, you already start to go into grief, anticipatory grief. And it's not just the patient, it's the family as well. We like them to come onto our program once they've been diagnosed, because hospice isn't just for end-of-life care. And if people can understand that our role is to walk this journey with them, it makes it so much easier for all concerned.
The daycare is a support group or an alternative therapy. The patients who come here are our patients who have been referred by their own doctors and they're still able to go out. Lots of friendships have been built up here and each one supports each other and they feel free to talk about their illnesses because there are other people in the same situation.
My mom passed away almost 4 years ago, my dad 10 months. And they're still such a big part of my life. You know, it just doesn't stop at home care. They're there through the whole process, the bonds they have with their patients and the relationship they build with them, you know, making not just the patient's final days, you know, comfortable, and the family accepting it and also going through this process. Hospice is there all the way through it.
Hospice, ngongisiza sizuma wami kuvula bamthatha letha ngimina ngasakwazi ukuyamba base engisiza belo mbheka wagula bamthatha bamsesibhedlela eMashisini esibhedlela bafike banginikeza iform zokuthi ngigcwalise ngahamba ngayo ka Manpower bafike bangenzela igranti.
South Coast Hospice is committed on a daily basis to home visits for those suffering from multi-drug resistant TB or MDR-TB.
Every day, I use this bucket to visit MDR patients and patients with other illnesses just to keep their health, and the other teams are also doing the same. And they also give them hope in life.
Patients with MDR-TB require daily care. Adherence to treatment ensures a full recovery and prevents the spread of this highly infectious disease. South Coast Hospice, in partnership with Murchison Hospital, monitors and treats patients receiving a daily injection, which can have some debilitating side effects. All patients are initially assessed by a team, and their needs are then seen to by nursing sisters, caregivers and social workers, ministering to body, spirit and soul in life-changing interventions.
Actually, I get sad when they, not when they come, when they leave. I get sad when they leave me because they're like my family, my friends.
Babona umehluko omkhulu kakhulu ngoba nabo kade behlupheka kakhulu nami ngigula bezama ukungisiza bengakwazi ukuphumelela yabo njengomndeni wami balwa ngayo yonke indlela kuthile ukuze kufika abantu basehospice babambisana nabo badedelele ezandleni zabo bathola ukukhuleka nasemoyeni sebebona nami ukuthi kuyalulameka nabo babonga ukuthi ihospice udlalile indima enkulu empilweni zabo ngokuthi baqhubeke nokuzama impilo yami iziphumelele ifike la ngikhona njengamanje.
Engabe wafa ngasho njalo, engabe washona ngoba ngendlela ebelidinga ngawo usizo bengesikwazi ukumanage ukuthi simtholele amaphilisi simnikezele khona la endlini. Bengesikwazi ukuthola transport simthathe simise ko clinic. It's too far ama-clinic alana. Afuna ukuthi transport ube ne-transport uye lapha. Nakhona futhi mawufika lapha akho ambulance engena la ikwazi ukumthatha imise la iphinde imbuyise. Yonke into idinga imali. Mawufika lapha ne-clinic maseqedile ukutreatwa ufuna ukuthola transport emletha la. It was going to be difficult like this. Ngibonga kakhulu hospice ngokudlala indima yokuthi akwazi ukuthi amfikele endlini ehleli ngaphandle kokuphuma afuna izimali ukuthi ufuna ukugibela uye ezibhedlela emaklinikhi umfikela nje endlini ehleli amnikeza usizo alidingayo.
I don't know how I can express myself that I can show that hospice is #1. Everyone that is like he's got MDR or anything else, so like HIV positive as I am. I'm so happy about hospice. They did well for me.
And then we started this palliative care. That's why this mobile is also here. We said, oh gosh, patient were dying of pain, cancer, whatever, even with HIV and AIDS, this palliative care, then patient cannot even walk, peripheral neuropathies, but hospice taught us how to step lat the pain control. And also we came as a partnership with South Coast Hospice that we need to offload these clinics. The long queues, patient will be waiting because there are patients that are real stable. Those stable patients that are coming for treatment, South Coast Hospice Mobile will be here. The sister in the clinic will have prepared the patient, all the medication. When the patient comes, everything is there sorted out. Then the patient, it will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So offload of this. We look at the high impact clinics. Those clinics that had more than 3,000 patients that are coming to collect their treatment.
When disease and poverty are a fact of life, loss of loved ones is an ever-present reality. South Coast Hospice has several interventions to reach out to orphans and vulnerable children, helping them to heal and to learn resilience in the face of grief.
I've got a Duduza doll. I've got this doll. We call it a Duduza doll. It means comfort. So we give each child this Duduza doll. So if you can look closely with this, it's got eyes wide open. We've got it got ears. You know these ears are so big, and you've got mouth. The mouth is always closed. And these ears, the importance of these ears, you can see that they are wide open because they listen. We encourage children to talk to this doll because sometimes when the child, especially staying with the mother or aunt, things are happening at home. And the child doesn't know where to go or how to respond on those situations. So when we give this Duduza, we encourage children that you can talk to this Duduza doll. This Duduza doll won't say anything. We'll just listen. This is a memory box. Each child gets one when we've got this program. So we encourage them to put their valuable things in the memory box, like a mother's ID, the pictures, because you find that some of the children, they don't know the mother. So if there's a picture of the mother who passed away, then we say you can keep that picture inside here. Whatever, maybe the mother had a lovely scarf, the favorite, you can take that scarf and put it inside here. So we just encourage children to keep things that are important to them into this memory box.
The Kingfisher House inpatient unit is a vital component of care. This is where gravely ill patients are assessed and where they have appointments with Dr. Andre Nell, attending to ongoing medical needs such as pain management and symptom control. There are 4 beds available for patients who need complex care or who have become too frail to stay at home. We also have the Rainbow Room, especially fitted for children.
You have to have a unit if you want to do palliative care properly. You have to have a unit because you cannot treat everybody at home. It's too difficult. And the family, you cannot expect the family to do a lot of medical care for a patient that's lying in bed at home. It will be lovely if we can do it, but it's not easy for the family. And that's why you need to have a unit where you can take somebody. This is like home from home, you know, it really is. Because we haven't got visiting hours or anything like that here. It's part of life. We live, we get born, we live and we die. That is a part of life. And the way that you die, there's the important thing. You can make it much easier.
Palliative care is a specialized field. In our training center, we teach home-based care, HIV counseling, palliative care for professionals, and an introduction to palliative care. Students are also able to learn practical skills by participating under supervision in all our programs. Volunteer and permanent staff are trained in-house regularly.
I believe this because I've used this hospice. I've had somebody in this hospice, and I've met many wonderful people in the beds at hospice and everywhere else. But I believe that a community would lack something without South Coast Hospice. We actually show the community compassion. We're a portrayal of what our community is, which is one of compassion and caring. And they need to value that. And they need to support it financially.
I just appeal to somebody out there to know how wonderful hospice is and what they can do for us and transform our lives and give us hope.
We cannot do it without the help of our community. We can write away for money. We can go to the big foundations. We can go to the banks. We can do all of these things, but it's our community really that will be the poorer for it. So it is to the community we always turn, and I'd like to thank them for their continued support and not to give up on us. We will always be here, no matter what form we take. Thank you.
For more information on how you can be a part of playing an important role in the Ugu District community, contact South Coast Hospice Association.
Sizompa